Suzuki. Caufield almost stripped by Canton. Caufield drags it. Tries to stuff it. Decord can't get it. Cole Caufield wins it in overtime.
Cole Caufield just dropped a bombshell on the NHL. In a single rush, he destroyed the Seattle Kraken's comeback and silenced an entire arena. But this moment was more than one goal. It showed how Montreal is changing fast. The young core is no longer learning. They're leading. With Caufield, Suzuki, and Slafkovsky rising together, the Canadiens' future is starting to look completely different. In the matchup against Seattle, the Canadiens had the perfect start. The puck control was tight, the passes clean, and the offense sharp. Caufield got things going early when a loose puck near the crease landed right on his stick. He didn't wait. The shot was quick, precise, and passed the goalie before anyone could react. It looked like Montreal was ready to run away with it. The pressure didn't stop there. On a power play later in the first period, Nick Suzuki worked the puck along the boards and found Caufield waiting for a setup. Instead of firing, Caufield threaded a perfect pass to Slafkovsky, who ripped it home. It was the kind of smart, fast read that showed how far Caufield's game sense has developed, but Montreal's comfort didn't last. The team built a 3-0 lead before everything unraveled. Seattle stormed back, scoring 3 unanswered goals in less than 10 minutes. The Canadiens, who had looked calm and in control, were suddenly desperate. Every line change felt heavier, and the arena started to tilt in Seattle's favor. Then came overtime, short, sudden, and unforgettable. Suzuki carried the puck through the neutral zone, drew a defender, and slipped it across to Caufield, flying down the wing. No hesitation. Caufield's shot slid just inside the post, sealing the win. It was over before anyone realized what had happened. This was not a one-off moment. Caufield has been doing this again and again. He already has a pattern of game-saving and game-winning goals this season. He's scored in overtime multiple times, and every time it looks just as sharp. Almost routine now. That's what makes this story so striking. Nick Suzuki's 3-assist night only added to it. His chemistry with Caufield has become the backbone of Montreal's offense. Their connection, fast and instinctive, keeps giving Montreal life in close games. Goalie Jacob Dobes backed it up again, staying undefeated on the season. Montreal's ability to fight through chaos and still win keeps them high in the standing. Caufield's role has shifted from pure scorer to something more complete. His passes now open plays for teammates. His awareness creates chances, and his timing continues to stand out. When the team collapses, he doesn't panic. He finds a lane, a gap, or a moment that turns pressure into point. Looking ahead, that's what makes him dangerous for every opponent. His shot has always been lethal, but now there's balance in his game. Smarter positioning, better control, and a calm that shows in overtime moment. If he keeps this pace, he's heading toward another breakout year. He's not just scoring big goals anymore. He's shaping how Montreal wins them. Caufield's night in Seattle added another chapter to a growing list of clutch performances. He's no longer the rookie who just fires from the circle. He's the player who changes games when the clock gets tight. The numbers already show it. He's producing in overtime more than almost anyone else in the league this season. Each of those goals has come when Montreal was under pressure, and each one has turned a potential loss into a win. Statistically, Caufield's early season production already places him among the league's top clutch scorers. His mix of accuracy and speed keeps defenders guessing. What stands out is the timing. Not how many goals he scored, but when he scores them. Late goals, overtime winners, game-tying shots in the final seconds. That's becoming his pattern. For Montreal, that means something bigger. The franchise has been rebuilding for several years, and they've searched for a consistent offensive leader. Caufield's recent run suggests that leadership might already be forming. His partnership with Suzuki gives the Canadiens a 1-2 offensive core that can carry games without relying on experience or defensive breakdown. Analysts see this as part of a long-term shift for Montreal's roster. Younger players like Caufield, Slafkovsky, and Dobes are setting the tone, not just filling support roles. If this continues, Montreal's offense could transition from streaky to stable, something they've struggled to achieve in recent seasons. Caufield's ceiling is still unknown, but his trajectory looks clear. He's moving toward becoming one of the NHL's most consistent closers, the kind of player who defines the final minutes of games. The combination of a fast release, quick instincts, and poise under pressure is what separates him right now. Every team studies tape to prepare for him, but as this game showed, preparation doesn't guarantee survival. One small window, one open lane, and Cole Caufield changes everything again.
Demidov gets to it. Marchman's up. Ivan Demidov. Line A and tight. Demidov, he's there. He scores!
Something is happening in Montreal. The same team many called a rebuild is now turning into a storm. The Canadiens are faster, tougher, and smarter than anyone expected. Young stars are growing into leaders. Rookies are playing like veterans. Opponents who once looked at Montreal as a break on the schedule are starting to realize the truth. This team is coming, and it's coming fast.
Here's
For
Hudson.
years, the Canadiens...
For goalie. Goalie wanted it in front. Nice stick. Larson or Suzuki was in home free. Good defensive stick by number 6. Caufield. Richard score! Caufield!
For years, the Canadiens were a story of patience. Draft picks, development camps, and cautious optimism filled the headline. But now, that patience is turning into power. The core of this team isn't waiting for tomorrow. They're building something right now. And it starts with the kid. Ivan Demidov has arrived like a spark on fresh ice. The 19-year-old forward doesn't just skate, he glides with purpose. Every stride looks controlled, every decision calculated. His hands move so fast that defenders are still guessing while the puck is already past them. When he touches the puck, the energy in the arena changes. Fans lean forward. You can feel it. "This kid is different" moment. What sets Demidov apart isn't only his skill, it's his calm. He doesn't panic when pressure builds. He reads the ice, slows the game, and then attacks in seconds. It's the mindset of a player who understands more than the scoreboard. For a teenager, that's rare. For the Canadiens, it's gold. Then there's Lane Hutson, the defenseman who makes the blue line look like a playground. Small by NHL standards, but fearless in every shift, Hutson plays with vision that stretches the rink. He doesn't just move the puck out of danger, he turns defense into offense in a blink. Last season, he tied the record for most assists by a rookie defenseman. For Montreal, that stat isn't trivia. It's a sign that the next generation of leaders is already in control. And through it all stands Martin St. Louis, the coach who teaches hockey like art. He doesn't want robots. He wants thinkers. Players who understand flow, creativity, and instinct. Under him, the Canadiens aren't just playing faster, they're playing freer. Every shift feels like an opportunity. Every young player feels trusted. Nick Suzuki leads them with quiet fire. He's not loud, but every teammate knows his heartbeat drives the room. When he steps onto the ice, the message is clear. Play hard, stay humble, keep moving. Around him, Caufield brings the flash, the quick shot, and the joy that keeps the group loose. Together, they make a room full of belief. And behind them, in goal, Jakub Dobeš has become a symbol of calm. Montreal doesn't look like a team climbing a ladder anymore. It looks like a team ready to jump. What makes Montreal dangerous isn't just talent, it's belief. You can see it in how they carry themselves, in the way a simple goal turns into a message. We're here now. Every shift feels like proof that the plan is working. The coaching staff doesn't hide their confidence either. Martin St. Louis has built a system where creativity isn't punished. It's encouraged. When a rookie tries a bold pass or risks a move through traffic, the bench doesn't groan. It nods. Because that's the identity. Fast, fearless, free. St. Louis played the same way during his own career. Undrafted, undersized, and never afraid to attack. Now he teaches that spirit to a generation built on speed and vision. Lane Hutson, calm as ever, often says that hockey should be played with the head first, then the hands. You see that in every shift he takes. Head up, scanning, thinking. He doesn't force plays, he waits, finds the gap, and then strikes. That patience from a player his age is what makes the Canadiens' blue line different. It's not built only on size, it's built on brain. Ivan Demidov mirrors that intelligence up front. He's not just fast, he's unpredictable. He knows when to pass, when to shoot, and when to disappear behind defenders before reappearing in the perfect spot. That unpredictability has already turned tight games into wins. And then there's the chemistry. What frightens other teams is how early this is happening. Most young cores need years to find rhythm. Montreal already has it. The roster's average age is dropping, but the maturity is rising. Each mistake becomes a lesson, not a setback. Front office stability adds another layer. Kent Hughes and Jeff Gorton have stuck to a clear direction. Draft skill, develop patience, and let players grow together. They haven't rushed anyone. And now the payoff is visible. A group that understands both the system and each other is rare in any era. The Canadiens may not call themselves contenders yet, but the rest of the league can see where this is heading. The speed, the structure, the swagger, it's all lining up. If this is what they look like now, imagine what they'll look like when the pieces fully mature. The NHL has reason to be nervous because the Habs are no longer rebuilding the future. They've already started living in it.
One of the players who was found not guilty in a high high-profile sexual assault trial is returning to the NHL. That's Carter Hart, the goaltender, now signed with the Vegas Golden Knights.
This is one of the most shocking returns in recent hockey history. This is the news that no one expected to hear this season. Carter Hart is back. His reinstatement and sudden return to the NHL have set off a wave of reaction across the league.
Like I said, I got to meet some guys here today. Everybody's been very welcoming, and I'm just looking forward to getting things rolling here.
Carter Hart is 27 years old. On October 16th, 2025, he signed a professional tryout deal with the Vegas Golden Knights. The news came only weeks after a court found him not guilty in a 2018 case involving the Canadian World Junior team. According to Reuters, Hart is the first of 5 players from that case to rejoin the NHL after the trial ended. The deal allows Hart to train with Vegas but not play in any games until December 1st. That restriction was set by the NHL and the NHL Players Association when the players were reinstated. Until then, he can only practice with the team or work out with their affiliates. The Golden Knights already have 2 goalies, Adin Hill and Akira Schmid. Hill is recovering from a lower body injury, which made the team look for extra depth. Hart last played in the NHL with the Philadelphia Flyers. In his time there, he appeared in 227 games. His record was 96 wins, 93 losses, and 29 overtime defeats. He earned 6 shutouts, had a 2.94 goals against average, and a .906 save percentage. These are solid numbers for a goaltender who joined the league at age 20. The Golden Knights said in a statement that they stand by the NHL and NHLPA's decision to allow Hart to return. They added that they remain committed to the core values of the team and expect players to meet these standards. Hart also gave a short comment. He said he wants to show the community my true character and who he really is. The case that changed Hart's career started in June 2018. After Canada's World Junior Championship, a woman accused 5 players of sexual assault. In July 2025, the court cleared Hart and the others, ruling that the complainant's evidence was not credible or reliable. The verdict came after months of national coverage in Canada and the US. The NHL then reviewed the case before allowing any player to sign again. Before joining Vegas, other NHL teams had shown interest in Hart. The Carolina Hurricanes looked into signing him, but later confirmed they would not make an offer. Hart's agent said his client wanted a new start somewhere else. The Flyers, his former team, did not give him a qualifying offer, which made him an unrestricted free agent. For the Vegas Golden Knights, this signing could be both a risk and an opportunity. Their top goalie, Adin Hill, is still healing, and they need coverage at the position. Hart's experience could help the team later in the season. If his tryout goes well, Pro Hockey Rumors reports the team may offer him a 2-year deal worth about $1.8 million per season. The suspension was automatic while the league's investigation was still open. When that process ended, all 5 players became free to negotiate. Since Hart is the first to sign, his situation is being watched closely by teams, sponsors, and fans. Some believe his performance will determine whether other reinstated players will also return. Reports suggest that at least one of the other 4 has started talks with an NHL team. Hart's career before this controversy was promising. He was a 3-time Canadian Hockey League Goaltender of the Year and led Canada to a gold medal at the 2018 World Junior. Many experts once called him the future of Canadian goaltending. His return to the NHL now tests whether that early potential can still turn into a long career. In the league's public report, officials stated that reinstatement does not guarantee public approval. It only confirms that there are no active legal or disciplinary barriers. Hart's deal with Vegas fits within that rule. The Golden Knights said they followed the process and assessment the NHL and NHLPA made in their decision. From a hockey standpoint, Vegas gains an experienced goaltender during a season when several teams face injury. But the move also places the franchise under a spotlight. The case had drawn national attention, and the NHL's handling of it has been widely discussed. Hart's next step will come in team practices through November. Once December 1st arrives, he will be eligible to appear in official games. By then, Vegas will decide whether to keep him, move him to an affiliate, or end the tryout. For now, the signing alone has stirred debate across the hockey world. Major outlets including Reuters, the Associated Press, ESPN, and The Guardian have all covered the story, emphasizing its scale and impact. In less than a week, Carter Hart's name returned to headlines after almost 2 years of absence. For professional hockey, it is one of the biggest comebacks of 2025, and one that has already changed how the league talks about discipline, fairness, and second chances.
I mean, you want to be in a place where you want to win. That's the whole goal of why we do this. You want to hoist that Stanley Cup. This team has shown that they can do it. I'm lucky enough to now hopefully bring another piece in to help bring it back here. I think we put the most pressure on ourselves as hockey players. That's how we play the game. We want to win every single night. You want to win every battle. You want to win anything you can all the time.
Mitch Marner's words hit hard. His voice was calm, but his words were heavy. The Toronto Star broke his silence and described what he called the dark times before he left the Maple Leafs. His story wasn't about hockey anymore. It was about safety, pressure, and how fast a dream can turn into something else.
Mitch, welcome to Vegas.
Thank you.
You're officially a Golden Knight. How does that sound to you?
Yeah, amazing. It's a super exciting time for the Marner family. We're thrilled to be here and looking forward to starting this.
Mitch Marner's move to the Vegas Golden Knights marked one of the biggest trades of 2025. After 9 seasons with the Toronto Maple Leafs, he signed an 8-year contract worth $96 million. His arrival in Vegas followed years of constant attention and scrutiny in Toronto, where he became one of the team's most discussed stars. During his time there, he produced 741 points in 657 games and reached a career high of 102 points in his final season. But his departure was not just about hockey. In a series of preseason interviews with the Golden Knights, Marner said there were reasons far deeper than performance or contracts. He said there were moments in Toronto that went beyond criticism. He called them dark times. Marner revealed that after one of Toronto's playoff exits, his home address was leaked online. He said someone had shared it publicly with a message inviting people to come pay us a visit. It was the first moment, he explained, when he realized that his family might not be safe. Within hours, he arranged professional protection for his home. For 2 weeks, guards were stationed at his property. He said that during that period, he could not even walk his dog without worry. The threat of strangers showing up or messages turning into actions changed the way he lived. Marner clarified that not all fans were part of the problem. Many had shown kindness and support over the years, but the constant negativity, the social media messages, and the sense of being targeted weighed heavily. He explained that the pressure in Toronto was unlike anything he had experienced. The Maple Leafs' playoff struggles drew anger from sections of the fan base and media. He said every loss turned into a new cycle of backlash. Every headline carried blame. Every post online became another storm. He said some days it was hard to focus on hockey at all. When asked about how he feels now, Marner said things are different. His exact words were, "It feels a lot lighter in a way." He said that moving to Vegas allowed him to reset his mind and feel calm again. The change of scenery, new teammates, and new city gave him a sense of peace. At Golden Knights training camp, Marner quickly found chemistry with Jack Eichel and Ivan Barbashev. He earned an assist on Eichel's goal in a preseason game, showing flashes of the playmaking that made him one of the league's top forwards. Coaches paired Marner with Eichel to test a new offensive core for the upcoming season. He said he wants to bring his power play experience and creativity to the team. Marner explained that in Toronto, he said the last playoff run with Toronto, a Game 7 loss to the Florida Panthers, was especially painful. He described the series as non-enjoyable. He said that was the moment he realized he might not continue in Toronto. Marner said those experiences changed how he looked at fame and success. He learned that being a star in a city reality, as hockey-focused as Toronto, came with more than just attention. It meant living under a microscope. It meant that family and privacy could sometimes disappear. Marner's story has drawn mixed reactions. Some in Toronto's media have questioned his claims about the severity of the threats. Others have defended him, pointing to the broader pattern of harassment professional athletes face online. Marner's agent has said that at least one of the threats was confirmed and reported to police. The debate continues, but Marner's words stand firm. He said, "There were dark times, and I'm glad they're behind me." That sentence summed up both the past and the present. The Vegas locker room has welcomed him openly.